And we're going to start this broadcast. And I have found. There you are. There I am. I'm going to put you over here. I've ordered a really cool tripod thing. It hasn't come yet. Amazon's good, but sometimes it's not that good. Anyways, welcome. Who do we have today? I made it this time. Oh, hi. I'm just really glad to be here with you today. This is my first. Hey, Kim. That is the best way to do it. Kim, you're so smart. Put your name, type your name in. It's really hard for me to see those little white lines. Kim Schubach. I'm so glad you're here. I am so pumped to be able to work with y'all on this. I'm Mona Corwin. Some people call me the Mom Mentor, and I guess I kind of am. I mentor moms, and they're probably moms just like you, or they are you. Moms can't always like go off and go to classes, and they have kids, and they find it hard to go to different things. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get together and meet, but because of Periscope, we're going to get to do it, and we're going to get to do it as many times as we want. And sometimes I'm just going to pop in, and you're not even going to know that I'm coming. I'll think of something and want to share it with you. This is my first week to Periscope, so I'm really kind of just getting the hang of it. And it is a new media, and they're changing it all the time. So I want you to enjoy the ride as we start this new kind of journey together. The topic today is the war room, and now that I've calmed down a little bit because it's been a busy morning, at my house, and my hair is not dry. I did get some makeup on though for you. But I just want to let you know that as you move forward as a mom, your job as a mom is so, so important. And I want you to be able to feel confident about being a mom, and to know that being a mom is what God has called you to do. If you have children, then you are called to be a mom. There are core callings that a woman has, and there are gifts and callings that she has as a woman. And we're going to be talking about that as we go through our Periscopes together. But today we're going to talk about the war room. If you've seen the movie, how many of y'all seen the movie? Just type in the thing. We're all learning. Type in the thing and say, yes, I've seen the movie, or no, I haven't seen the movie. Do you know how? Okay, just type it in, and then you can all right, I just switched. I'm gonna flip you. There, you saw it 2 times. Yeah, my daughter saw it 2 times. One of the things that you can do to show me that you took your whole church, wow, that's amazing, because this is an amazing movie. You can, on your right hand side, just above that little white person thing, if you tap your screen, it will give me hearts, and that will let me know that you're agreeing with what I'm saying, and you're like amening me. And so if you'll do that, that's kind of how Periscope works, and it's like clapping for me, and it encourages me. And so I appreciate it if you do it. So give me some hearts when I say something you like. Okay, this war movie was amazing because as I was sitting there watching it, it was like right out there in the open in the main theater. Like a woman was praying on the screen, and she was praying for her family. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is a mother praying. And when the movie was over, people were clapping, and I noticed that no one really wanted to leave the theater. And nobody wanted to leave the theater except me. I wanted to get out of that theater because I wanted to get to where my phone was so I could text all the girls that I mentor. And what did I want to say to them? Well, I wanted to be able to say so much stuff to them, but it was too much to text, that's for sure. This is one of the reasons why I'm in the ministry that I am. I have lots of other things that I'd probably rather be doing, but the truth is, I don't think there'd be anything that I'd rather be doing than helping moms touch a generation and take care of kids that are made in the image of God. You're growing little people that are made in the image of God. The honor of this is beyond anything that you can imagine. And so, yeah, well, that's why I'm in ministry. But anyways, I wanted to get a hold of those women and talk to them. But let's get back to the theater. I knew that the women, I didn't text the women because I knew that the women that I mentored couldn't go shut themselves up in a closet and pray for hours or fall asleep in their closet. If they did, who knows what would happen to their kids, right? So I thought, oh my gosh, there's got to be another answer. And then I thought, I have the answer. I have the answer. And I have 4 of those ways. I had the answer because I had done it. I had done this and I knew how to pray with little kids at my feet. And so those are the 4. I'm going to share 4 of them with you today. Priscilla had a really good idea being in this movie. She was amazing. What a great actress. She's an amazing Bible teacher, but she's also a great actress. Okay, number 1, right out of the chute. Are you ready for it? All right, number 1 is worship. Of course, that's where it's going to start. Worship is a way that you can pray and that you can have your little kids under your feet and still be about your business. God has told us that we are that in His presence, we can feel in praise, we feel His presence. And so praising Him in worship is one of the best ways you can do it. And putting on music to do that just calms your soul. If you go to my website, at the Balanced Mom Life, I just stumbled because we just changed the name. We just rebranded just for y'all. And it's called the Balanced Mom Life. And if you go there, I will have a list there, a link there for you to see some awesome worship music that you can use to help pull yourself in and really have some worship time with the Lord when you have your kids under the feet and they're playing cars or Legos or whatever. So worship, of course, is the very first thing. Okay, and then the second one was a scripture that I had remembered. It says, it's Deuteronomy 6:9, you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates. And I thought, okay, well, that makes sense that I'd put something on right by my door, like a Joshua, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That's all really good. And those things remind me and remind people around us that we love the Lord. But as far as like praying, I thought, where do I have a doorpost or a gate? This is the closing the door thing again. I can't close a door. And then I thought of my refrigerator. Yes, friends, our refrigerator. Our refrigerator is a great place to put scriptures. It's a great place to pray. Your kids are in the kitchen, they're playing with Jell-O, they're eating their lunch, and you walk over and you stand in front of your refrigerator and you have all your scriptures on your refrigerator and you have pictures of your kids. And as you are standing there cooking and as you're, hey, Christy, glad you're with us. And as you're cooking and as you're doing all those things for your kids, that they can see you pray, they can see you worship. Hey, Christy. They can see all these things as they're cooking, as you're cooking or they're eating. So I highly suggest that you use your fridge as your gate to your prayer life. Let's see. The third thing is the tablets. The tablets of our heart. Okay, now this is kind of silly, I know, but not everything in the Old Testament is not applicable. The Bible's always applicable, right? Well, the Bible's applicable because it will work for today. We just have to apply it to the things that we have. So like back in the old days, they would, my hair just went up. They had prayer shawls that they put over their head and they would put them over their faces, and then that way they would be in their, quote, prayer closet. Well, we can't really do that again because we have little kids and it might look weird if we're walking around with something on our face. But if we have our phone, which would not look unusual at all, we would have our phone with us, we could spend time in prayer. All right, now you're wondering, how in the world do you do that? Well, you have to have a little advanced preparation. But on your phone, there is an app that has a microphone, and you can record yourself. And then you can click on those recordings. Now, friend, when you're in the car and you are listening to the scriptures and you're hearing your own voice in your own ear, your own heart will get it written on the tablet of your heart. So now, of course, if we're really funny, which I like to be, we could use an iPad, which is a tablet, right? So you take that and you use that in the car. And what happens is your kids are hearing those scriptures in their ears, and it's your voice. And even if you get really frustrated, you can make a list, and it's like worry, anxiety, my husband, my kids. You can put that in there. And when you don't want to pray one single thing for these people, you can click on that and you will hear your own voice, and then you will get an agreement with what you know to be true. Sometimes it's hard to pray the things that you don't want to when you're angry or frustrated, or you just don't know what to do. So I highly suggest taking your iPhone or your iPad and writing it on the tablets of your heart. And my very last one is my very favorite. It is a notebook. Now, I know that's kind of old school, and yeah, it probably is, but where did my notebook go? Oh, I'm sitting on it. Sorry. Well, that's what we love about Periscope. Okay, this is my notebook from when I was in the position that you're in, when I was just like you and had little kids under my feet. This right here, you can see it's Mary Englebright, so it kind of gives me away. It's like in the 90s, right? But in this, I have a tab for each one of my kids, and I had a tab for ministries that I did, and this kind of went with me wherever I was at in the house. And I could fill, and it's loose, like the kind of paper that has holes in it, and then you put it in the binder. Yeah, for sure, really old school. But I want to tell you something. When you're a mom, you need to be portable. And not everything will go on our phones. And not every time can you open up something and go, oh, that's prayer request. I need to write that down. Now, this one is kind of big, and you could probably get a smaller one. I highly suggest you do this. Okay, so I got all sentimental, and we're almost done with our time, but I want to share you this one prayer request that was truly amazing. I kind of forgot to tell you about that. I was going to do it at the beginning. But my son, first thing I did the other day was open this up, and I opened it straight to Max. Now, Max is our youngest son. We have 5 kids, and he had torn his ACL 3 times, and he had broken his foot. And he was an extremely hardworking athlete, and we were really sad for him to not be able to do the sports that he wanted to do. So in 2000, I had written that Max had broken his foot, and I was praying that he would have a good attitude about not being able to play soccer. And I said, Max is taking guitar lessons. And then I wrote this. Y'all just got to know. I wrote, if this is part of his destiny, please bless it, Lord. Oh, and by the way, we need a Christian guitar teacher. Well, right here in the thing, I put what days those were answered, and it was right there. And I didn't have to go and find the book or have 100 pieces of paper. And yeah, I know you love Max. We love Max too. Now, the cool end of the story is that Max is now not only all healed from his wounds and all those tears, but God took that, and Max is a worship leader. And he, this weekend, is going to be out traveling with the band. He's a guitar player, and he's a record producer in Nashville. I mean, I'm sorry. This is what Periscope is about. Okay, so now this face right here that's getting ready to get all teared up, this face, yeah, now you're giving me hearts. Oh yeah, give me some hearts. This is why mamas pray. And to be able to see that, to say, no, I really did pray. I really did pray for this kid. And to see him up there is an answer to prayer. It's not that just he's doing really good. It's that prayer works. Friend, it works. Okay, I'm all mushy now. But that's what we moms are, right? We cry. Oh, I wrote an article about that on my website. So it's good to have mom tears. Only moms understand these kind of tears. Well, that's all I have for you today. And I'm so grateful that you showed up. And we will just hope to see you in the coming days. I don't know when I'll pop in. You just have to wait. We'll figure this all out. Great. And y'all have a really blessed day. Bye.